咱究竟占有共毁灭在咱的手。好酒。你的生殖器，老百姓们活的不如猪狗，人民的财富被他们统统卷走，传统文化全都化为乌有。老少爷们，你们难道还没受够？这帮孙子天天在搞双休，就封你的口，把你思想左右，看不尽的眼泪不停的流，和谐小康社会，我去你个头！喝了咱饮酒啊，看破中共假恶丑，喝了咱的酒。你我便是战友，我做平时走肉，抗争不分先后，奔波天下不管黑夜白昼，干了这碗酒，豪气涌上心头，自私的未来是我战斗的理由，舍去爱恨情仇，把军抛在脑后，为自由灭中共，不言不休。爆料革命这碗酒，敬天敬地敬战友，新中国联邦人永不为奴，跟我走。县阳谷县大县，咱走走看。
Good evening. Welcome to the election night, the final battle. So tonight I'm your co-host Victor, and I have my co-hosts Hazel, Hallie, and Mr. Sun with me today to witness the history in making. Welcome, everyone. Can you say hello to the audience?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our special show for the American election. This is a big day of the history, for my opinion. We're going to talk about a few things and our expectation for this election. I'm going to pass to Hallie.
Hi everyone, it is exciting night, the global election night. And I'm glad to be here with you guys and with our audience to watch this polling progress together. And right now, as of 8 o'clock, 8 p.m., we've have a few states closed their polls. So at 7 p.m., polls close in New Hampshire and also some area in Florida and all of Georgia, South Carolina, Virginia, and Vermont. And at 7:30 p.m., polls closes in North Carolina, Ohio, and West Virginia. At 8 p.m., polls close in Alabama, Illinois, Mississippi, Missouri, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Connecticut, Delaware, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, and Washington, D.C. So I've been watching the live stream polling from Fox News, and I think our screen also shows this live stream polling. I'm going to give you guys the breaking polling results during the show. And right now, one state that has very quick counting is Florida. And we know that Florida has about 29 electoral votes. And I've been watching Florida very closely in the past hour. And I've seen that Joe Biden was leading by about 3% margin. And I'm worried about it, but I'm a first time poll watcher, so I might not be experienced. I think Miss Sung is more experienced because he's been in Florida for a long time, and he watched different presidential election, in the past. But right now, the good news is Trump is ahead in Florida by 0.7% margin, and he's ahead about 150,000 votes. Right now, there are 83% votes counted. So we know that it's still going on, but it's so glad to see Trump is ahead right now. Miss Sung, I want to hear more from you about Florida. What do you think the current status and what do you think the your prediction about Florida?
Well, my prediction that definitely that Trump will win, and here's why. And I want to give you some history about the Florida. Number one, and even now, roughly 9.7 million. That's voter so far is our overpass the last 2016. So there's roughly about 18% more voter this time. That means the people really are motivated this time to vote.
Yeah.
Right?
What do you think that people are motivated to vote? Because right now, the early votes, based on early votes, there are about 100 million early votes, and this number is extremely high in history. What do you think, like, make these voters come out to vote for this election? What's the particular reasons?
Well, number one, as people should and realize we are in the junction of history, and that's global and in the human history. And there's like a go to bright or darkness, go to forward or go to backward, and whether conservative or liberal. But the key is there's virus come in, all things come here. We are in that moment. I believe the voter realize this is for their future. And I want to go back a little bit about history. Back 2016, Trump won by just about 1.5%, 1.2%. But before that, 2000, and Bush and Obama, Bush and Gore, that time the vote only difference for whole state is 537 vote. You can imagine that recount many times. They even create a name called president vote. What I'm saying here is you have to wait also almost the last minute to see the result, who will win. And also, if you look at just vote, those like 10 companies do the poster, right? they average all the vote together, they will say, "Oh, Biden will win." Now, that bring another deep knowledge about how you do the poster, how you do the vote. I will go into that later
Mr. Sun,
on.
yeah, I just have a quick question. Do you
Yes.
remember that during Bush and Al Gore, yeah, when do they announce the results at that night? So you said that means that at that night they don't know who won.
No,
right?
they didn't. They even go to court, super court. They challenge, they recount. It's purely in broad, and so they recount the double counted, recount to try to make sure, and the vote was counted, and they go to another week or 2 week, and they still, even go to super court.
In that case, it's like 2 weeks later. Then the American knew the results, right?
That's right. That's right.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, back to your you can continue.
Okay, so
By October 8, 2020, more than 210,000 have died from coronavirus in the US, and more than 36 million people have been infected with the virus worldwide.
Also, there's swing counties, and that's in the middle, called Central Florida, from St. Petersburg, Tampa, pass through Orlando to Daytona Beach, and they also call I-4 corridor. And some people say Gulf of Mexico to Atlanta. So in this area, these are the traditional, and there's some people and in those areas it was sweeping north. So the way they report it is also at a different timing. So, and the people in the ground, they know when the count will come in, what time they will report those ones. So only at the last moment you will see the difference.
So you're saying that they're counting the vote county by county, and some counties start counting earlier than the others. And my guess is right now, Trump is 1.6% ahead from Joe Biden in Florida, and he's ahead about 150,000 votes. So when I go into the county, each county is in Florida, I see that the northern part has red color, and the middle and some southern part shows the blue color. Why is that, Ms. Sun?
This like American as a United States on the California, New York, they are Democrat, they are blue. In Florida, you treat like every state is independent, right? South Florida, West Palm Beach, Broward, and Miami, this just like New York, big, lot of immigrants, so they're more liberal. They are tradition blue. So in the middle, Orlando and Tampa, they are big city also, and they are also blue. So that's the way it is. And surrounding them, just rural area, a small city, and they're more conservative. And traditionally, and the ethnic background was 70% white, and they're an Asian less than 3%, just to let you know, right? So the next one is African American, about 16%. So majority are just the church going people. They call evangelical people there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Any other question?
No, I think you mentioned that well. Not until the end of the counting that we won't know exactly result, and even the count finishes at 11 or more or less, still there might be possibility that they will recount based on how close the votes are for both parties. And this year, don't forget that we have mail-in ballots too. So I'm not sure when is the deadline for Florida. I guess that let's just have a quick look.
Well, let me, Harley, to answer your question, if we count whatever right now 86%, right? If we count about 99%.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's difference between 1 and 2%, then you can project who will win it, right? But it's too close to call. They know how many mailing ballot and come in. They know even the absentee ballot. They know even they ever go to one party. They say, hey, I can claim project Trump will win.
Yes.
I believe this case, if like the 2016 and Trump won by 1%, 1 or 2%, I think we can see the victory tonight and maybe by 9 o'clock.
Yeah, Florida definitely, because I just found out that the deadline for mail-in ballots to be received by election official in Florida is 11 p.m. today. So latest by 12, we will know. And if by 11 we have a large margin like over 1% or 2%, if Trump is ahead, then we probably can claim that Trump will win Florida.
That's right. And so the reason, there's another I want to add is because Florida is called baby boomer state, right? And there's a lot of people have a second home there, and so they are used to do a mail-in ballot, and they are, they done it all the time. And unlike some other state, they never done this. They have to in-person vote, so they know how to prevent our getting the fake ballots, all those stuff. The last time Bush and Gore and happened is because the difference is too small, so they have recounting the vote, see whether if they counting the vote right or wrong, and they found, and that's different the last time.
Yeah. Okay. So let me first give you guys a report on what it looks like right now, and then I want to go to Victor talking about how do you feel about the U.S. election? How do you feel like this democracy system? So first, I want to report on the the status of each state. So right now, the west southern part of the U.S. has been counting, and those states has close polling. And for Florida, Trump is ahead by 1.6% margin, and the votes are 86% in. For Georgia, Trump is ahead about 10%, and the votes are reporting is 60% in. For South Carolina, Trump is a little bit ahead by 1.4% margin, and the votes are 7% counted. In North Carolina, Trump is way ahead, but the votes are just 1% counting. For Virginia right now, the reporting is 80% in, and Trump is way ahead, 20% ahead. Remember that Virginia, Hillary won Virginia in 2016, so hopefully Trump will flip Virginia this year. For West Virginia, Trump is also 14% ahead, but the count is only 9% in. For Kentucky, the counts are 60% in, and the 67% votes are counted, and Trump is 21% ahead. In Indiana, Trump is about 19% ahead, and the reporting is 41% in. In Illinois, Trump is down by about 20%, but the count's just 3% in. There are some for Texas. Texas is a big state. It has 38 electoral votes. Trump is they have a tie tie game in Texas, and counts is 24% in. And in the northeast, usually those are Democratic states. Pennsylvania and Ohio would be the most crucial two states for Trump. These are swing states. Ohio, 45% votes are counted. Trump is 12% down. Let's hope that Trump will win Ohio. Ohio has 18 electoral votes. Pennsylvania, it has 20 electoral votes. Right now, only 3% votes are counted, and Trump is behind. In Vermont is 20% votes are counted, and Trump is way behind. These are okay because these are usually Democratic states, but Ohio, Pennsylvania, Florida, Georgia, these 4 states at the east will be very crucial for Trump, and also Virginia, these 5. Okay, so that's a live report right now for now, and we're gonna have it maybe 15 minutes later again. So Victor and Hazel, I want to go to you guys talking about what do you know about the US election, and what do you feel when you compare it with Chinese system. Yeah.
So first, I never vote in China, so I think that I can give a little bit of background to the audience if you are not familiar with the U.S. system. It's called electoral college voting system. So this one that means that each state they are gonna vote, and then by population they have certain number of votes counts. So mostly people want to go for those candidates. They want to go to those swing ones, or the most votes, like California, Texas, New York, Florida. Those big, they have a large number of population, so they get lots of votes. So there are currently 538 votes in the system total. So in total, so if you want to win, you need to win the majority. That means that over 270 votes. So that's how the system works. And I never vote in the China, so I cannot compare them. I ever vote? I don't remember. You ever vote?
No, it's different. It's different from US and China, right? So there's comparison. China, there is this People's Republic Committee, which nobody votes.
Appointed.
The candidate, or the representative, were chosen by the party leaders, right? So I think there are hundreds of these representatives, but every one of them, they're chosen not by people but by the party leaders. And all these people, I know that they have a term, maybe 1 year or 2 years, but it's everything is under control of Chinese Communist Party. When you just have one party in one country, then this is dictatorship. Like there won't be any democratic party, country with democracy that will have only one party, right? At least you will have 2 parties, then you can keep a balance between. Yeah, go ahead.
I want to see what Hazel said. I saw your fans there. Yeah. So what's your prediction? Yeah, Hazel. By astrology. You are the expert.
Okay, so for me, kind of like 100%, I think Trump will win. But it's really different from you guys, right? Because from few aspects, I believe Trump will win, because one thing is like in the United States, we already know a lot of people, a lot of Americans, they don't like Donald Trump, but actually Trump.
I have a polling I want to share with you, because you mentioned that a lot of people doesn't like Trump, right? So this election is not about Joe Biden versus Trump. It's Trump versus anti-Trump. One polling says that the supporters for Joe Biden, over 55%, they're anti-Trump. And for among the supporters for Trump, there are only 25% anti-Joe Biden. 75% are, supported. They are Trump fans. So that polling can show you that a lot of people, they vote for Joe Biden is not because they support Joe Biden. It's because they are anti-Trump. I'm just echoing your point. Yeah, go ahead, please.
So these things lead a lot of people believe that a lot of people don't like Trump. And also because propaganda, the mainstream media and like big tech, all those the medias, they do propaganda as the CCP, Chinese Communist Party. I think the behind is behind that is CCP. They run all the things, and also Trump before they actually for the past 4 years, I think every time when a new president will release some speech, they will do what kind of what's their plan for the society, for the country. And Trump, I think he did the best job for what he promised for this country. If we can say what the Trump did in those in the past 4 years.
Yeah. So Trump said that he is not normal politician like Joe Biden. Joe Biden is very typical.
Okay.
Joe Biden is very typical politician. Is it better now?
Okay, right now.
Okay.
Good.
So Trump is not a politician, like he said in the debate himself, and he's not unlike Joe Biden. Joe Biden is a very typical politician. He says things just for votes, right? First, he said that he's anti-fracking, right? He will eliminate fracking by 2022. And right at the debate, because he seems like the voters are more pro fracking. So he said that, I never said that I will eliminate fracking. And this stone cold liar is typical politician. Why Mr. Miles Guo said that he doesn't like politician? He thinks that no politician is a good man, right? Or good guy. It's because politician is used to lying. And it's their job to lie because they have to lie to get the votes. And Trump is different because Trump is outsider. Trump is not a politician. He's an outsider. He's a businessman, and he's famous on the internet, right? He used his famousness in internet to gain these votes, and he hired the crucial person, Stephen Bannon, as his strategy advisor to give him very key advices. The advice is the deplorables that claimed by Clinton that needs to understand that we American, not we, I'm not American, but they American needs to put themselves first, compared to other country. And the working class, the deplorables, has a right to bring these manufacturers to US, and they will be employed by those manufacturing businesses. And Trump decreased taxes. Trump is anti-abortion. Trump is more conservative. Trump puts US first, and he has this great slogan, "Make America Great Again." So Trump is nowhere like a politician, right? He's more like grassroots. He's thinking for these deplorables. That's why he can win, and that's why we see that a lot of swing states back in 2016, they flipped to Republican. For example, the Arizona, the Wisconsin, and Michigan and Ohio, all these swing states voted Trump back in 2016. So all these swing states will be very critical this year too. But sorry, back to you guys. So I know that we Chinese never voted in China, and US has this I think it's much better system than China to give these citizens the chance to vote for their leader. And every 4 years, Americans have the chance to change the system, change the leader, change the party, change the policies. So what do you think, how crucial this system, this voting system is that, can guarantee, or in certain extent that it can guarantee US will never be controlled by dictatorship?
This is the thing, but from the before in October, from the debates between Trump and Joe Biden, we can see that President Trump always said that Joe Biden, for his past 8 years as the vice president of America, he just talk. He never did the thing. Never did. So the people, the American people, you have to think about this. What did Joe Biden do in the past 8 years? He wants
not only past 8 years, but also 47 years. He is a politician for 47 years, and he has done nothing. He failed so many times that he was appointed as pivot guy in Iran, in Ukraine, in Russia, in China. Every time he was appointed as point man by the administration, American people lose, and his family and Chinese Communist Party gain.
Yeah, that's why we said that President Trump is the people, all the presidents who can keep his promise, because whatever, pretty much he fulfilled all his promise when he was before the election in 2016. Build a wall, and then also bring all the industry back to the US. Also has highest employment rates in the history of American, and also that all the peace deals in the Middle East. So he have accomplished a lot in his last 4 years. So this kind of president, if you don't vote, who are you gonna vote for, right? So
Hazel is right that Trump is the president who keeps most of his promises. He promised that he will create the Southern Wall, and right now there's hundreds of miles of walls are right there erected. And he promised that he will create this marriage system for the immigration, and then he did. He stopped these asylum immigrations. And also, he promised that he will build up the relationship with Israel, and he did. He moved the ambassador to the Jerusalem. And also, he promised that he will decrease the tax, right? And right after he got elected, I think the first work he did is to have a new tax bill. And he decreased all these tax for the working class people. And also, he brought back a lot of manufacturing jobs back to US. And he's the one who understands China is a threat. He actually said that like so long ago, before he was just a businessman. He said that China is treated US unfairly. Like they are charging tariffs from US goods, but for their goods imported to US, they just use the loophole in WTO as the developing country, and they are avoiding like millions of tariffs. And they have this cheap labor, so all these supply chains moved to China. So it is now, after he got elected, he think that it's time to renegotiate the trade deal, right? And then bring jobs back. And more importantly, those industries impacting U.S. national security, like the medical supplies, like the rare earth industry, like those key automotive manufacturers, they have to stay in U.S. so that U.S. will be independent. And additionally, the fracking business makes sure that U.S. is energy independent, right? So that's what Trump said. That's what Trump believes for so long time, and he delivered his promise. U.S. is making good progress until the CCP virus hit U.S. the pandemic. You guys.
I believe. Okay, let me comment about this. I know. So Hazel. So every country you have to know how to manufacture something. You cannot give the manufacturer to another country. Just like you never teach your kids to do something, right? That's like you're always reading a book, never use hand. So I don't know which politician. This is Cyril American. I think it's from the WHO, and from our ways of government, and we know it is Yang Jiechi and those people, and they include Gong Xiaoxia. They led Clinton led them join the WHO. Then they still technology move everything away to China. I was there. I come here in 1994, and I come to this country, America, and say, hey, I'm go to school, got a decent job as an engineer. I thought this is American dream, but they're not. Then you see the dream is gone. Everything is moved to other party. It's totally wrong. Who created policy? Now we know it's those people, Joe Biden and Obama and also Clinton. They all together, and they want sucking the blue collar people, and blue collar should understand. If Trump win this time, it will bring majority manufacturer back to North America. That includes Canada also. You know, I'm the real estate broker, and I've been like a big manufacturer empty for 10, 20 years. And that have very hard time to find a tenant for them. So it's all just allow them in North America. Big manufacturing facility, everything moved to South, basically China at that time. This is totally wrong. I just want to give you a feedback about this. So when you bring manufacturer back, you will, let me give you an idea what Canada doing, right? In agriculture industry in Canada, they bring the worker called temporary worker from whatever is in part of the world, Mexico. And they're living there and they're doing that, but they never move the agriculture away to other country. To manufacture, you can do the same thing. It just bring people working here. It never moving. Oh, you just hire your people working here. Why you move manufacturer to other country? This is totally wrong.
Look, it's globalism versus nationalism. So in economics, if you study economics, you'll find that they're always seeing this competitive advantage. Competitive advantage means that if your country is good at certain industry, certain manufacturing industry, or service industry, then it will better for the world to move all the service or production to your country. And some certain countries, they will have competitive advantage in certain industry, and some are in others. So to get the maximum benefit, then you will allocate all these industry to different countries. But the thing is if the industry is causing this national security damage, then it's another story. And what China did is China is not a fair player. If everybody's fair player, I'm okay with this theory that to maximize benefit using the competitive advantage theory. But the thing is, China is not a fair player. He is cheating. He's cheating the other countries. China is cheating. How they cheat? So they claim that they are a developing country and enjoy, join WTO and enjoy all these preferential terms. And on the other side, they have forced labor, slave labor, cheap labor. They use all these cheap labors to reduce their cost. And they don't pay anything for the environmental fees. In other countries, if you do rare earth industry, then it will cost you a lot of money to protect to follow all these environment rules. But in China, there's no environmental fee. And also, how China destroyed all other countries in industry like medical supplies. They use very notorious tactic. They have these subsidies from the state, and they have state-controlled, subsidized company to unite together and to reduce the cost, and then to take over this market share very quickly. And once they take over the market share, destroy other countries' industry, then they raise the price dramatically. And at that time, no one can compete with them because everyone was destroyed. That's how China takes over so many different industries, and the whole supply chain moved to China. And right now, a lot of countries, they realize that what China is doing, and the reason that China is capable to accomplish all these is because they bribe certain people in different countries, and all those people who accept the bribe from Chinese Communist Party are those traders for those countries, like U.S. Wall Street's elites, the Soros, right? Joe Biden, all these politicians, these economists, they're all traders. They know that China has this industrialized plot, and they collaborated with China, and so that they're weakening U.S. right now. Trump is here to make America great again, and Trump is here to bring jobs back. And I'm very supportive to Trump to have all these plans, because nationalism and globalism, it is time for nationalism. It is time to put your nation at first.
Oh, well, you're right. I'm going to continue why I think Trump will win 100%. Because, and Mao Zedong said, don't believe the people what they said. You have to see what the people, what they done, or what kind of things they do. They realize what he's promised you, right? So you look at Trump. He's trying his best to change the American. He always no change for this making American great again from the first 4 years until now, right? So as a businessman, I think he really know what the true situation of the American society. It's not like what the people say. It's not like politicians tell the people. Politicians always playing just for their reputation, their face, everything like that. So I think as a businessman, it's good for also being president on a certain way, because they really know the real life, not like the politicians. And also, I think for the the other thing, the truth, our whistleblower movement reveal the Hunter Biden's scandals, everything like that from since last month. I don't think Joe Biden has any reputation. Before, a lot of people believed him, and then now changed. So from this point, I believe even the big media, they say the Joe Biden leading right now. Yesterday, I don't remember. It's New York Times or some the Washington Post. They still report like this. It's total lie. Actually, it's the Donald Trump.
I want to say that Twitter has already suspended Warren Pandemic's Twitter account for 12 hours. Right, right after the election, they will recover it. So just be prepared. I think Nashim on Twitter mentioned that be prepared for the full censorship. I don't know what the main media will do after tonight, after 11 p.m. Even if Trump is ahead, they might have very different voice talking about the mail-in ballots. So just everyone know that stick to GTV, G News, and Warren Pandemic will give you the fair report, and you will see the truth from our media.
Yeah, so for the Make American Great Again, so that's why on Facebook, on all the social medias, there are so many acronym called MAGA, MAGA. That's the acronyms for the Make American Great Again. So for the essential services, you cannot let other countries control your industry, right? So for some basic stuff, you really have to have that. For the essential service, especially for the medical supplies. So that's why in the COVID, in the CCP virus, they found that so many shortages and their lack of certain medicine and also the materials. That's why they found out that what's the mistake they have made for the last maybe 20 or 30 years back to before WTO or after WTO. So
Yeah, let me give you guys a quick update. On Florida, there are 80%, 88% votes has been counted right now, and Trump is 50%, 50.8%, and Biden is 48.3%. Trump is ahead by 2.5% margin. That's a big turnover, but we'll keep a close eye on Florida because the counting is the status changed dramatically quite quickly. And in Georgia, Trump is ahead, but only 26% votes are counted. One state that counted over 69% votes is North Carolina, and Joe Biden right now has 52.5% votes, about 6% higher than Trump. Virginia, 34% votes has been counted. Trump is ahead. The other states are just started to count votes, so we'll make a update later. So we know that our show only ends at 9:30. So before 9:30, I want to talk with our co-hosts for a few certain topics. I listed all these, campaign policies, and I want to hear you guys among those different policies between two different parties. What do you guys think? Which one do you guys support and why? So first is marijuana, and also equalism, education, tax, clean energy, military, abortion, healthcare, immigration, economics. So give you guys a rough idea of whichever one that you guys are interested, let me know. The first one, let's talk about economics. Okay, I think this is one of the most important topic. Okay, Miss Sang. So
I can talk marijuana later on. You guys talking about.
How about economics? Do you want to talk about economics?
Me?
Well, that's a big subject. It depends on what you're talking about, right? Economic. That's the two big.
Yeah. So you know that what the Republicans' policy and what the Democrat policy at a very high level. Okay, I'll give you guys a background. Joe Biden, Obama, Democrats, they created this fake bubble for the booming economic. In fact, they're just increasing the deficit, expand the balance sheet of the Federal Reserve. They're just printing money to create this economic bubble. And Joe Biden promised that he will try to pass this 2 million stimulus bill right after the election to help the economy during the pandemic. And Trump, Republicans, on the other hand, the first day that Trump got elected, that Stephen Bannon, or like long time before 2016, Stephen Bannon already advised Trump that there is over 5 trillion debt in the Federal Reserve, and our job from Obama increased it from 800 million. So our job is to try to reduce it, and Trump did it until the pandemic. Right? He has to issue those. He has to pass those stimulus bills. They've already injected more than 4 trillion into the economy during the pandemic since March. So basically, these are a difference between two parties on economics. And what are your thoughts?
I think this is Trump's he very care about this stock market. This is related to this election. So I think that's why democracy can have a confidence in be a victory for this election, because they make economy in United States. It seems like very good, but with Donald Trump, every time Donald Trump get will have a lot of the polls the high, the stock market is falling. It's like they manipulate this thing. They control.
Yeah. So the stock market is definitely manipulated by certain people, including Wall Street elites and also Chinese Communist Party. China has so many, I think over 185 public companies that are listed in U.S. stock market, right? NASDAQ, and New York Stock, Dow Jones, all those stock exchange markets. And China has the power to, to collaborate with the Wall Street elites, those investment banks, those institutional clients, to manipulate the stock market. So everyone in 2016 said that if Trump get elected, the market will crash. That's what those Wall Street companies telling the audience. And the fact is, no. In opposite, after Trump got elected, Dow Jones and S&P, they create the all-time high figure, right? And until recently, in the before the election, the market crashed for about like 5% in a week, and that we have every reason to believe that somebody was manipulating the market. And the Wall Street, again, before the election, they're on every mainstream media telling every audience that if Trump get reelected, the market will definitely crash, like what happened in March. But anyway, I think you guys make a point that the economy wouldn't be better if we print more money. If we continuously issue stimulus bills, it will just give everybody money, but it won't create jobs. That's why the Democrats they're voting for the lockdown for the cities to handle the pandemic. On the other hand, Trump is a believer to reopen the cities, to bring back these unemployment people, and then will contain pandemic in another way, because a lot of people they die because of short of salary, and also anxiety, and different reasons. And compared to people died with CCP virus, there will be more people died not because of other problems. So that for me, for myself, I support Trump's philosophy, because if people are locked down for one month or even longer, it will create a chaos in US.
Okay, yeah, for the economic stuff, right? So I just want to add that I think the reduced tax and stimulating the economy works, because before the COVID, the CCP virus, the pandemic, you know that American has the most growth in the history. Also, all the jobs are created, even for the African American community. So it never be that good before. Also, the stock markets, everything was going well before the pandemic. So that means that his strategy works. Also, because he was a businessman, he know the red tapes of for the businessman, and also he reduced the tax. He know what's the problem of the economy. So that's why I think that I favor President Trump's strategy for the economy.
Yeah, you mentioned tax. So Trump's strategy on tax is to generally reduce the overall tax for everybody, so that it will give incentive to those business to come back to US and reduce the tax burden for the normal working class people. And on the opposite, that Democrats they propose increasing tax. This crazy Bernie and Joe Biden, they're saying that they will increase taxes, particularly to those wealth people. But every time they say they're only taxing the wealth people, the middle class will get hurt. That's what happened in Canada. I know it. But the thing is, even if they, U.S. is the country in North America that has what's the name of tax? Like when you die, you'll get this. You'll pay I forgot the name, but you'll pay this estate.
In Canada or US?
Estate tax, like
yes.
50% if your overall wealth is over 22 million or 26 million. Like it's a big number, but for those billionaires, they're most of their money will half of it will be paid to the government. But the point is, people are paying heavy tax, especially rich people in US already, and they're trying to shift all the wealth overseas so that can avoid paying it. And Trump is trying to attract everything back to domestic, so that like the wealth will be contained in US. I think it's a good strategy instead of increasing tax, because reducing tax, like for me, I'm a working class guy, and it's a better strategy for me. a policy for me. Even 50 Cent, the famous rap, right? You guys know in US, famous rap 50 Cent is publicly supporting Trump because that Joe Biden is introducing this huge tax burden for the wealthy class. But anyway, we'll stop here for the economics. I want to go to Ms. Song talking about the marijuana. So
Okay.
I'll give a background first, then you can give our audience your opinion. So we know that Canada legalized marijuana in 2018, and right like long before that, U.S. has been legalizing marijuana, but it's state by state. Some state it's it's legalized. Some state is not. So Democrats they generally pro marijuana, and Republicans are more conservative, so they're against marijuana. So which one do you support, Ms. Song, and why?
Well, this is big, just like a welcome movement. This is big, it's a big cover up for those pharma company, and this is another thing when Trump win. And it's just like we tell the truth about the CCP. This is another thing in the Western world. The big company, pharmaceutical company, hiding truth for the public to know. It's about the virus. Okay, so the virus we know there's a solution, and they don't. There is a SQ key. There's a thing you can take a prevent. They don't want the people to know. They don't want to know, right? They don't want the public to know. They want to make money. Same here. And it's a long story short, right? And also when this is a long story. I want to give you. So this back about the 1930s, right? So this is, and the way they put people have marijuana and cocaine, everything along together as like a drug, and so they have put more people in prison. In this case, related with this time, so a lot of African people in the jail for just 1 gram marijuana, whatever it is. There's a lot of people in the jail become a big business. So what Trump did, right? They want to change that. They say, well, those, triple, they can go out, right? So let me tell you why this is the whole thing it's another cover up. There's another thing Mao mentioned a little bit. Those drug companies, the next generation, this is karma basically. This is another we call, when we talk on Wall Street, right? Is that they take your money like in big time. It's like, but this is suck your money slowly every year, every day. It's a drug company. So why are they related, right? And I want number one is marijuana by itself is much different than cocaine and then the opium. In marijuana by itself, if you open that, compare, for example, the cigarette. The cigarette itself, almost nothing. The molecular levels go to your body, right? But it still can take it, and the alcohol. But when you open the marijuana, look at each molecular level. It's roughly 500 compound in the marijuana. Only one make you a little high. But that high also is your Indo system. That this is like we call pharmacy called pharmacy in the flower. There's a lot of good stuff. They don't want you to know. You can grow something, can release a pen, cost you nothing. You can grow in backyard, and I grow for them this summer. You can do a lot of things. There's a lot of truth about this one and the THC CBD. And I can go, forever about this, but really the marijuana helping people a big time. And I also want to give you an idea of this industry, right? The marijuana roughly is about 50 billion right now, business in North America. Canadian right now is about 7 billion right now, right? It's just whether you know it now, I don't know it is about 7 billion business. So they've been there for so many years there. And by the way, compared with cocaine and opium, most drug dealer they use marijuana because they are not much addictive, and is also not hurt people. So 10 times people use marijuana because they do nothing and can give you some idea. Sometimes make you high, that means like coffee, some make you sleep. Marijuana compare with alcohol, give you example. Alcohol, when you drink it, right, make you lose conscience, go crazy sometimes. Marijuana do the opposite way. It make you relax, go to sleep. But that's one kind. Marijuana by itself is farmed in the store. And people always lump together. Oh, this is a drug. No, you have to know when you go to the pharmacy, you see what I pick, and then you kind of lump together. You can pick. Oh, this one make me energy. This have released pain. All kind of different stuff there. So for that, I want to give you credit for Justin Trudeau and the people. And Canada, we are the only one of those G8 country legalized. That's a big step and to moving people in the right direction. When Trump know this, they will open it. American will open it. It is because if it's a good thing, no one can stop it. As long as you open it, that's why they cannot stop a drug right now. But anyway, marijuana is different than the cocaine and other things.
Yeah, that's good. That's good because you are supportive for the Democratic Party's view on marijuana issue, and that's totally okay because we all know that for a free country, everybody has a choice for different policy, and you think that marijuana helps people, and it's alcohol is even worse than marijuana, so there's no reason to ban marijuana, right? And some of other people, they think that marijuana might be a threat to their children and to their health, and that's why they don't want marijuana around their community, and that's totally understandable. But you mentioned a very big critical key issue about pharmaceutical companies. We all know that pharmaceutical companies, they spend huge money to pay those lobbyists every year to lobby all these politicians to make favorable legislation, right? And they make big money, real big money, especially during this pandemic. And they're not good people. They're not. Because of hydroxyzine is too cheap, and Trump promoted it. They refused to make hydroxyzine chloroquine as the emergency use medicine. Instead, they created this remdesivir as the emergency use medical, and they have huge connection or relationship with the CDC, with the NIH, even with the the supplier from Chinese company, because China provide over 70% medical supplies worldwide. So these companies, these big pharmaceutical companies, they are definitely in bed with Chinese counterparty. So that if you guys don't want to add anything, I want to move to our next topic: immigration. We are all immigrants, right? And in U.S., Democrats welcome any kind of immigration, but Republican, especially Donald Trump, he created this Marry program, which means if you want to come to our country, you have to be, able to contribute to the society, meaning that you either have the education background or you have the skill set. What do you guys think? Which one do you support and why?
I think I strongly support President Trump because I knew that the U.S. Immigrant system have been abused for a long, long time. It's long overdue. They should fix it because people just went there and then staying in welfare, didn't do anything, didn't contribute anything. Also, for the illegal immigrants, they just travel to the U.S. or study in the U.S. and then stay there illegally. And then they were hoping that once the one president, if they get elected, there will be some big events, they will get announced it, and then they get with the U.S. citizen right away. But that's like the jump the line before those legal immigrants, right? They are waiting in line. They were waiting for so long. Then why some people just jump the line and then they can stay in the U.S. and enjoying so many benefits the U.S. provided only to the citizen, and then many of them, because they are doing something illegal, and then also because they are getting cash jobs, so they didn't pay didn't pay tax. So only those working class and those U.S. citizen or whoever, pay tax, contribute to the welfare system, to the healthcare system, to the whole U.S. system. Then, but it's unfair for them. Why do I have to pay tax and then give you to get all the benefits, right? So I'm strongly supporting President Trump's fix the immigrant system. So support the legal immigrant ones, but ban those build a wall and then fix the illegal immigrant systems.
Yeah, good. That's good points. You guys want to add anything?
Yes. So for example, Hazel, you want to? Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'll
So,
go after.
well, the part of what immigrant policy is definitely they have to build in the wall. You had, it's like your house, right? You don't have a door. So this, for so long, and the politicians in Washington, they play. They say we'll fix, but they never. So the first thing he did, I will build a wall, and found a way to fund it, not finish. Is still building a wall, right? So that will stop illegal immigrants, right? So, and then you can handle how you select people based on merit to move in. So that will see, that's the whole thing is a whole sort of mess, right? You cannot select people in without any standard to come here, and then people come here just walking in, right? So, but and go back, and that go back to us, like Canada. Our system also abused and totally infiltrated by CCP also. And so when American and got everything fixed, and as we know, the FBI and DOJ, everything is Joe Biden family is so corrupted, so many people corrupted, and so that means that American have a system clouded with all the dirty people there. They have to fix it. And Trump, like Harley mentioned, he was just a real estate guy, a business guy, and marketing guy. He's good at marketing. He talk a lot, but he's good at marketing. He's good to make a deal happen. That's what he's good at. He's not good at lying for them, like politician. And we, if we have new country, we should fix this system. We shouldn't allow any a professional long-term politician. No long-time politician. No one can stay there for like Nancy Pelosi for so many years. That's wrong. So we everything to politics. And I give you a good example where I came from in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Western. That's the small town. We're building like 50,000 people. We do not have a full-time mayor. Everyone volunteered. So by the way, Broward, we're talking about Broward is a county. They have like about 13 cities. Each city in America, they have small, like 50,000, 10,000. I'm sorry, 50,000, 100,000. They organize by their small city. They can share. They can share policemen. They can share something else, but they organize the city. Most are volunteered. They don't have those politicians and take your money. And that's why in Florida, they don't have the HST like us. They don't have the retail tax. They only have real estate tax. That's it. There's no retail tax, those stuff. So there's no state tax. So that's the way they organize. So that's a go back to, immigrants. So the first thing you have fixed how people can come in. If you don't fix that there's a hole there, then we cannot tackle other thing with it. And that's my point. So I support you have fixed the whole immigrant system.
Me either. Yeah, I just want to add something. It's been a long time this issue, how to say, the people discussed about. And for my, surroundings, the people from, for example, France, they told me, and in France, nowadays, it's not like a lot, they say a lot of French people, they say a lot of the Arabic and Middle East people there, and there are a lot of refugees. So that population from the abroad lead create a lot of problem, like a lot of slaves, a lot of the French recently happened the thing. The people were two people were killed by the I don't know terrorists. So until now, so far, I think this is a big problem for all the countries like Canada, immigrants Canada. I know New Zealand and Australia, and I think 10 years ago or 5 years ago, they already closed or very strict to the immigrants. But the U.S. and Canada and even Europe, they still have to keep that going, and they didn't realize this is dangerous for the country. You have to think about this. Not only like we need the people coming work as a labor, as a something, not only this. So that's why I think President Trump will do this. He has to do this for American. Back to Hallie.
Hallie. Oh.
Yeah, these are good points. Victor, you want to add anything? Or
yeah, I just want to add that in Europe, because there's no border between all those European Union countries, that's why once you enter one country, that means you can live and stay in any of those European Union countries. That's why they have so much problem for Germany, for Belgium, for Netherlands, and also for France, because all the people they once they get in one country, they want to live in those most job opportunities or wealthiest countries.
Well,
yeah, that's
well, Europe have their own problem. They more like a socialism, and when you go socialism, you will go wrong, right?
Yeah.
The whole capitalism is you want based on our fundamental right, your freedom of speech, freedom to own the property, and then your freedom to do something, think and do something. So when you give the right other people to do for you, and give a leader to other people, then you lose the creativity. American on good that part, they allow you to do that, but socialism in a sense, people say, oh, let's communist socialism. Everybody, yeah, it sounds good. Okay, come to my home. No, right? That's why you have a family. That's why you have a house, right? The country should be the same. It's okay you have your own country, have your entity, your own language, everything. When they try to make everything easier, that means it's not a dictatorship. It's like a homogeneous, right? That's how easy to govern. No,
So-
we're not supposed to easy to govern, right? It's about like this, like our election. It's like costs so much money, and every year. Why? That's a part of communication between the people. It's a compromise how we make a deal. It's not about the easy like a dictatorship. Okay, say like China did, right? They try to ask everybody and enforce everybody say the same language, right? From Mongolia to speak Mandarin, from Cantonese, all those stuff. They want to make it easier. Okay, so that's what they did in Europe, and that's like go to socialism. That's the way you get trouble. They are really in that big trouble, right? So that's
yeah,
like
Trump said that U.S. will never be a socialism country. Yeah, and European Union, for my opinion, it's a disaster because they although that they have this free trade union, but the thing is, like it's so unbalanced. Germany makes a tremendous big portion out of the whole European Union, and other European countries didn't become better off, like Greece and other countries. And England can only make itself great again, after they exit the European Union. But anyway, back to US. I want to give you guys most updated report for the polling. In Florida, there already 90% votes have been counted, and Trump right now is ahead. He has 51.2% votes, and Joe Biden has 47.9 votes. The margin is becoming bigger and bigger, Right now, he's ahead. He's leading about 2.3% margin, and his votes is higher over than 350,000 votes. In North Carolina, there are already about 80% votes have been counted, and Joe Biden is leading by about 2.7% margin. In terms of votes, he's leading by about 120,000 votes. In Virginia, there are 40% votes being counted, and Trump is about 20% ahead, 20% margin ahead. Some other big states like Kansas, Oklahoma, and Missouri, these are started counting the votes, but we've seen that until 10:30 that we won't get a very sure idea how these swing states will perform. And the first swing state will get a good idea is Florida. So I'll keep you guys tuned in. And next we want to talk about the healthcare. Healthcare is a big issue for everyone in US, right? And I know that Ms. Sung, you've been living in US for a few years, and I want to ask you, are you familiar with Obama's Affordable Care Act? And what do you think about this Affordable Care Act? Why do you think Trump wants to change it, Ms. Sung?
You're on mute, Mr. Sun.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. So first of all, Harley, my software a little different. I have in Florida, it's about 93%. Our 93% already reported, and 10.8 million vote reported, and it's a 3-point Trump ahead right now, right?
Oh,
so
okay. Yeah.
So that's good, really good news, right? So that means so far it's better than last year, right?
Yeah.
Last time. Yeah. So in terms of the Obamacare, all those stuff, it is that's go back. Pharmaceutical and the insurance company do the same thing. You want to give the big guy control everything. You want the individual choose it. When I was there, I always use my special insurance, and so you want to choose what you want. And believe it or not, later on, I even don't buy insurance. I so much know about health. The insurance is a joke, right? So insurance and those care is about the health care is really called sickness care. It's the whole idea. It's not called health care. Health care in the Chinese way is about prevention, it's about eating well, and wellness, all those stuff. But they don't teach you. The medical college don't teach you everything. It's about suck your money, how you suck money one way to another. So anytime they want to take all the money from other people, and it seems like, okay, you take care and give food, and that's what they try to give the money. Okay, everybody get in. No, but anytime they want more government control, they will mess up. That's the whole idea. It's just like the socialism was capitalism. Any socialism they try to go that way will go wrong. Nothing like that, right? So later on, Canada will go wrong also, because when you let bureaucracy run the whole thing, and that's why we see the Joe Biden and all those people and WHO, all those stuff, right? And see, when you let those people dedicate your life, do their policy for you, they will go to mess. So my idea is, if I want to take it, you want individual control, individual choose the insurance. Sorry.
Okay. So I have some relatives live in the US. So they said that they don't like Obamacare because they have to pay the extra couple $100 more every month. So they cannot afford it actually. So that's what I heard. But some senior people, and they said they are okay because they don't like Trump's Trump's new policy because they take away some of their benefits. Yeah, so there's a mix from me, from my friends in the U.S. and the relatives from the U.S. The feedback. So that one I think really depends. On the cases. But in general, I heard that for the working class, that means you have to pay more premium every month.
Okay, I have nothing to say because I'm not familiar with this part.
Yeah, so for Canada, we all know that Canada has this healthcare system that provide healthcare to everybody, right? And certain insurance will give you probably not much difference, but in US, it's totally different. In US, the private healthcare section provides much better service than the public sector. And we all know that if you have cancer or certain serious diseases, a lot of people, they go to US to accept these private sector, a healthcare sector service because they will get better service there. But it costs you a lot. That's why Obama came up with this Affordable Healthcare Act, and the low level standard care, and a lot of people, when they have certain diseases, they still cannot afford, even they have this Obama Healthcare Act. But the thing is, what Trump is doing is totally different. Trump is doing the other way. Trump is going to throw away the Obamacare, and he's going to focusing on reduce the drug price. Remember, if you are give pressure to those pharmaceutical companies who are actually enemy of the deplorables, right? And you will get a better price because those pharmaceutical companies, they are charging their clients too high margin, which is unbelievable. Like, you can't even if there is new medicine that is approved by FDA, you will make tens of millions or billions of dollars, and the margin in pharmaceutical extremely high. That's why Trump is trying to push the price down, so everybody will pay less to buy these medicines and drugs. Medicines. So that's the strategy of Trump's, and I totally support Trump's strategy, because pharmaceutical, like Ms. Zhang, you mentioned, they've been sucking from the deplorables for too long time, and it is time for them to pay their fair share, to make some compromise, and to reduce the drug medicines price.
I'm adding that's a businessman. That is like a businessman do. So what Trump is saying, hey, how I solve the problem is at the end it's about saying how I affordable, how I do it, force the pharmaceutical company reduce their profit, right? So somebody, okay, used to be $500 and or $550 per whatever it is, now I $25. So that's what they do. That's a real way to solve the problem, right? Now I want to get back. I want to touch back about the pharmaceutical company. For example, boss, we know the HQC and HCQ and the zinc is roughly about $20, right? Mm-hmm. But in they working inside your cell, and they can basically kill this virus at a different stage. This even outside the cell, inside the cell. And what they promote, Remdesivir, it's about $3,000. And that is only work when you're in the hospital, and that's only working on one junction when they're inside the cell. And also, although they're talking about the three county, multiple county, the antibody to work, and notch 1 and 2, and grab that S protein, and so prevent the go into the inside the cell. That's prevent infection. So that's very expensive. But there's an easy way. It's about how you build your immune system, how you get the nutrition, everything. At the end, our body have the knowledge, have the tool to fighting this virus. It's only those people lacking the zinc, and those immune systems weak, they will be died, right, in this percentage right now. So they don't want people to know. The same thing here. This whole pharmaceutical company, that's what Mao mentioned. This is much longer than the Wall Street, by the way. They are much longer, like 200 years. They sucking people money from the food and drug. Drug is the part of it. Another one is about the jail system, American jail system, about related with marijuana, all those stuff. They sucking people money, although they kind of fade away now. Now the Wall Street, Facebook, Google, and those new tech and come out big money, but they've been there for so many generations now, and that's why I'm. Of course, Canada, we have our own problem if we can continue on down the path like this, right? So that's my take, right? So
it's very simple answer to the unaffordable medical care. Look, the politicians, they're in bed with the pharmaceutical companies, right? Like I mentioned that pharmaceutical companies spend a lot of money on lobbying every year, and those politicians, they will take a cut from the profit of the pharmaceutical companies. And it's unfair for the government to print more money, to support these pharmaceutical companies as subsidy, and then reduce the certain medical service on behalf of deplorables. Eventually it is the taxpayer who is funding the government, in turn who was funding the pharmaceutical company. So Trump got the solution. He's not a politician, like a traditional politician. He doesn't work for the pharmaceutical companies. He doesn't get compromised by those lobbyists. So he found that the solution is to ask those pharmaceutical companies to pay their fair share to reduce their profit, so that they are paying for the part of the deplorables medical expenses. If you guys don't want to add, then we'll go to the next topic, because it's quite an important topic, and like you guys must have a lot of experience in it. So it's about equalism. This result equalism that Democrats are advocating has been more and more obvious, and it's unfair to certain minority groups like Asia, because Asia is I don't want to say smarter, but more hardworking people than some other races, and they're saying that no matter how hard you're working, you'll get the equal result. Like every people should get the equal result. And the Republicans, they're always trying to create this society with opportunity equalism. Like everybody has the freedom to choose what kind of education you want to have, and based on your own diligence and effort you put, then you'll get a result accordingly. You'll get rich if you work hard. There's always this American dream, right? Like we've known this since we haven't come to Canada or US. What do you guys think about this equalism, different equalism system promoted by Democrats and Republicans?
Well, definitely that sounds good, right? And ideally, and it's supposed that way, right? And just like they talking about, right? And so I go to college, right? And they based on the same kind of grade level, and not instead based on you in some Asian they have high school, but they have a code. They cannot go to the Yale because there's so many people there, right? And that's and also that apply to African American, right? And but because their background, which the thing is also indigenous people there, and in the indigenous people here, and when the one party saying I give the money so you can eat and whatever it is, but to take the money, you really the receiver, you recognize I'm weak, I need the money. See, that's a mentality. You have to say you gave their job and to teach people how to fish, right? They will eat whole life, right?
Fish.
Right. That's the whole idea. Is there's often a debate when people really need the money. Yes, the emergency, everything you get the money, but you not just give check for each charity they born, right?
Yeah.
That encourage people degenerate in a sense and be dumb in a sense, and that's been proved for indigenous people for the in inside Canada and inside American. We're doing very poorly for the indigenous people in Canada. Same thing. They look at the people. You give their land, they can do the drug, they can do marijuana. They are free to do anything with marijuana. They all those stuff, and give the money $2,000 a month, whatever it is. No good. It sounds okay. I give you money, but it really let them not develop it. It's better way teach them how to build a business, how to run a business, right? And that same I'm talking about the Chinese, and we came from mainland China. Some parents of China. That's why I don't have much hope. You know why? For Chinese, the young generation, those parents somehow, like we talk about those Wang Qishan, those people. They give so much money for their kids, and tell me what they can do. You hear all those stories. They go to American, they go to a hotel, whatever, they spend so much money, drive a nice car. That's not they deserve it. They have to working hard to learn how to run the business to make money. And we shouldn't create a system just because you dad make a lot of money, then you inherit our money. That's American system. They have those ones. You only can keep some of the money, not all the money. So I kind of lose my go to over tangent a little bit, right? Can you bring back to me?
yeah. So
I want to say something. I don't believe that ecologism is a kind of socialism, because everybody, we have to look at the individuals. Not everybody is same, because we know the people. They have the smart people, they have the hardworking people, they have lazy people. So why you see the people the same? From their view of the point is they take everybody the same. They see the people as a lazy people, and then they want to control them. This is another way to control the people. This is my opinion.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like really the result of ecologism is equal to the socialism. Because imagine that you have a company, you need to hire 10 employees, and the Democrats will force you to hire 2 African American, 2 Asian, 2 Hispanic, 2 white people. And every race would have the equal share of the amount who can get a position. But under the normal society, you need to get the most talented guy for this position, right? And you get paid more if your ability, if your capability is higher. So that's the opportunity, equal opportunity for each one. If you can be better than others, then you can get better paid. Victor, what's your thoughts?
I think that it's a very complicated issue. I do believe that in the U.S., the conflicts between the races is more it's more radical and more severe than in Canada. I do believe that both need to do something about that. It's not only the government say, I just give the code like the school, right? I give the code. So this Ivy school, you can only accept 10,000 or 10% is Asian or something like that. You cannot do that. Yeah. So on the other way, yeah, this is another kind of discrimination. If they are qualified, right? Why they cannot get into those dreams? They work hard for that, and their parents spend so much money to send them to private school, after school, and then that kind of stuff. But on the other hand, right, we should also create a whole equal society. So to teach them like you teach them to fish, right? So but if I teach you to fish, you have to willing to learn. So that's one thing that both sides should work together to make that go, to make that happen. And I do believe that is some historical reason it's not that simple as we said here. That's why you can see that so many conflicts in the US and so easy. This let some people take advantage of that because it's easy, because they're angry, they are poor, and then they don't have anything, they don't care. Yeah, so I think that there's a really some very deep inside the society. It's not for me. It's very complicated. It's not that easy. But I think that from both sides, we need to do something. They need to do something. So.
Okay. Yeah. I think we had a very good discussion today, and I know that the time is already past 9:30. We have this Chinese section right after this show. Before we wrap up, I just want to give you a last update on the polling. Florida, from what I can see, Trump is still ahead by about 380,000 votes. It's almost 93% votes have counted. We always say that Florida and Ohio are the two states that Trump must win. And Arizona, Georgia, and North Carolina are the fundamental states that for Trump. That if Trump cannot take these states, then it will be bad for him. And the other two states, Pennsylvania and also Wisconsin, those are those states. If Trump cannot get Arizona, Georgia, one of Arizona, Georgia, and North Carolina, then Pennsylvania and Wisconsin, Michigan would be very crucial for Trump. I think we'll get more result later on, but I think it's time for us to wrap up. Thanks for everybody joining us to have this wonderful discussion. I learned a lot from you guys, and feel free to stay on Discord group to discuss more in Mandarin later on. And I think Sarah, you can cut us off and then right away start the new session.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye. Thank you, everyone.
Bye. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you. Next time. Bye.
打开潘多拉盒子，开启爆料革命的第2核心阶段，对共产党的高层、最高层进行革新不可逆转的爆料。You have stolen their money to make yourselves wealthier. Joe Biden and his family and Blinken and Sullivan and you guys are caught up in it too. You have taken blood money to go out and you, Hunter Biden, to do your drugs and all your depravity. Well, it's all going to come out in living color. Now, I'm going to tell you, yesterday, the FBI finally opened an investigation. It's outrageous what they did, and immediately would have figured out that this is a high-level bribery case, and everything that Joe Biden has said is a big lie.10秒钟让人震撼，1分钟内让大家毫无质疑的他们是犯罪分子，叫他们成为人人喊打的暴徒、犯罪分子，人类的公敌。这是我们爆料的目标。打开潘多拉盒子之时，就是他们必须是人上被灭亡的分子。